New video now at 6 shows the moment a West Park home is reduced to rubble following an overnight explosion. Fire officials say gas caused the blast that leveled the house and sent the 4 people inside to the hospital.
The injured are a woman and her 2 children and the woman's mother. We have team coverage of the still unfolding story with CBS News Miami's Peter Dench and Joan Murray.
We begin with Joan, who is live at the scene with the latest on what happened and the investigation. Joan?
Well, as night is beginning to fall, you can hear the sound of hammers going and drills going in this neighborhood as people try to board up. This explosion caused a lot of damage to homes in this neighborhood, and the Red Cross was in this afternoon to try to help the people affected.
And we just hear this big blast, like boom.
The overnight explosion that leveled one home and damaged more than a dozen others on Southwest 20th Street in West Park startled residents for miles. From Drone 4, you can see that the property is completely destroyed, not even a wall left standing.
I was asleep and all of a sudden the ceiling just fell down.
Geneva Allen, who lives across the street from the explosion, bolted out of bed and out her front door.
The lady came out of the rubble. It was like a bad movie. She was stark naked. She had one baby in each hand. She just had this dazed look on her face. She wasn't speaking. She was just screaming like a primal scream.
The woman, her 2 children, and the children's grandmother all survived and were rushed to the hospital.
They've all received significant injuries, serious to critical. Some may be life-threatening.
West Park Commissioner Joy Smith said with doors blown off their hinges, windows broken, and cars smashed, residents in this neighborhood need help.
Who probably don't have insurance or the insurance is not going to pay. They're complaining to us that the insurance is not going to pay, but I hope that it's not so.
The house did not have a natural gas line, but a neighbor said this propane tank flew into her yard. Neighbors said there was some type of construction underway at the property. Stacks of cinder block in the front yard were not damaged. The state fire marshal is investigating the source of the blast.
But at this point, we don't know the source of the explosion. We just know that the explosion was caused by some type of gas.
And the state fire marshal was out here all afternoon. They will determine the exact cause of this explosion. As for the victims here, we understand that one of the children was being released, but the 3 others have serious burns, are in at JMH in Miami. In West Park tonight, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
Very frightening scene. Joan, thank you. The impact of the explosion was felt as far as blocks away, and tonight neighbors are reacting. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench continues our team coverage with that part of the story.
One woman told us she was sleeping at the time of the blast, and when she woke up, she was thinking about her survival. She says she jumped out of a window with her 5-year-old daughter.
She's bleeding!
The explosion stunned residents in this West Park neighborhood. One home was leveled.
It was like a big boom, and then the gas shot.
More than a dozen other houses were damaged.
My friend woke me up and he told me I have to get out, because I looked and I seen the door was open, the living room was on the floor, the whole living room. I saw a whole bunch of dust and light, but I didn't know if it was a fire or what because I just woke up.
Khadijah Orr was asleep with her 5-year-old daughter when part of their home collapsed after the explosion.
The window was already shattered, and that was the only way I could get out. So I grabbed my baby and I jumped out the window.
With scratches all over her body and smelling gas, she ran down the block.
I just knew I had to get out. There was no thoughts of what happened or, there was none of that. It was just get out, like survivor mode. My baby's in here. Let's go. I ran down there to that house right there, and they helped me get cleaned up.
As Khadijah took off, another neighbor ran towards the destruction.
And the neighboring houses, all their windows were blown out. Everyone pretty much in a panic and didn't know what was going on.
Others like Glenn Seymour are cleaning up shards of glass after the explosion shattered one of his windows.
Well, I was in bed. I just heard this loud boom, this noise. I thought it was my water heater blowed out.
4 people, including 2 children, were rushed to the hospital. Neighbors say this was a day they will not forget.
I'm just praying that everybody is okay. I'm hoping.
Neighbors tell us they would like to know what caused this explosion. And as they clean up, some say they may need to find a new place to live. They also hope that those who are hospitalized will recover. In West Park, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.